Good morning, everybody. Happy Football Sunday. It is your post-Turkey Day, Sunday Tailgate. I'm joined today by one of my favorite people in fantasy football. We have got the legend himself, hailing from Rochester, New York, Mr. Adam Krautwurst. Guys, he's host of the Deep End, Fulltime Fantasy analyst, just high-stakes legend. Adam, what's going on? How was your Thanksgiving?
It was probably thank you, by the way, for those kind lies that you just told about me. But it was probably one of my favorite Thanksgivings of all time. We hosted it for maybe the first time ever.
Yeah.
And I just got to lay on my couch and just sip on nice drinks and watch football for 12 hours.
Yeah.
Some great fantasy games, potential games, and eat turkey, and it was amazing. How about yours?
Mine was very chill. Also just hanging out, watching football all day. I got to watch my Packers beat the Lions, which was just chef's kiss. That was lovely. Ate some pie, ate some turkey, just very chill. That's what I like,
It's the
just like a
best.
nice, calm holiday, not going crazy, not running from house to house,
Yep.
like very nice, very nice. Do you think, because this is kind of what I think the best games of this week are kind of behind us.
Yeah.
I'm not really excited too much about what's going on this week. It's not a sexy slate today.
No, not at all. That's what I think we were talking about that before the show. It's like a lot of our lineup decisions are like made for us. Like
Yeah.
you're kind of just left, if you're kind of stuck with whatever's left. And there's not, I'm looking through like, oh, what are they exciting games? And they're really like aren't any.
Well, I
So
mean, Houston, Indy, maybe. I mean, that's got
yeah,
some potential. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like trying to make that exciting.
you
Um,
might be trying. The best game might be Giants Patriots in
that's kind of what I was thinking. Yeah, I was really
not
thinking.
today.
Maddox is going to come on at the end of the show and do his Monday Night Football picks. And I don't know if he was very uninterested in making a choice between these two teams this week.
That's right. I don't blame him.
Yeah, not great. Guys, throw your questions on into the comment section over there. We are going to get to those as they come in. 11:30. Once that starts hitting, we get all those actives, inactives. We're going to be breaking all that news for you guys as well. Trying something fun today on TikTok Live. So hello to all of you over there watching. If you want to get your questions in, jump on the Player Profiler Now YouTube. You can find us there and throw your questions in the comments so we can get to those. We're going to be going through all the injuries. We're going to be talking about our starts, our sits. And then at the very end, we're going to let Maddox make his pick to send us home. We have a lot of injury news to kind of get through. We've got some weather finally. I put a weather section on the sheet at the beginning of the season, and I have yet to get to use it. So now we finally get to talk about a snow game because it's here. It's bad weather time. I wouldn't know anything about that because it's 81 here in Tampa.
Oh my God.
So
How dare you?
yeah, I was like sleeveless over here. It's like we got the
Right.
AC cranking, like
Unbelievable.
so I'll let you, the expert in cold weather games, take it when we talk about that San Francisco Cleveland game. But KB's got a question here. He wants to know Woody Marks or Kamani Vidal, leaning Marks since he's starting Houston defense for some correlation there. Ooh, I love it. I love it when we use some fantasy football vocab words. So I don't know. We've got, let's see, who are the Chargers are playing Vegas, which is really nice
I
too.
love Vidal, to be honest with you. Yeah. Yeah. That was before I even looked at my rankings. My gut initially said Vidal for sure.
Yeah.
The rankings are obviously, they're a little bit closer. They're kind of side by side, but the upside, they could run away with that game easily. And Vidal, you see what Vidal's done against teams that they run away from. He goes crazy. So I would lean Vidal for sure.
Yeah, I think so on this one. I'm Vidal. I don't, hate Woody Marks this week, right, against Indy, but I don't know. I still like the Vidal matchup a little bit better. What's up, Jamie? Thanks for hanging out this morning. We got the D-Gens over here too. And then Huncho has a question for us. Daniel Jones' leg has got him looking a little stuff warm, projected to play, but not too hot pass catchers in Indy right now. I actually have one of the pass catchers from Indy on my sit list this week. And yes, about Tyler Warren, he's got, like I said earlier before we went live, he's got some tummy issues this morning. So we're not sure what's going on there. It said he's expected to play. It'll, I guess, be his Michael Jordan game. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess I just don't know what the other options are, right? Like if you're benching Tyler Warren, like Daniel Jones, he's on my sit list too. But if you're benching Tyler Warren, like who are you? I mean, a lot of the tight ends already went already. If it's Tyler Warren or like Kate Otten or something, I would go Tyler Warren.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just the upside's gonna be lacking for sure against that Houston defense.
Yeah, I mean, like Danny Dimes, I guess we were calling him that again. He's kind of losing his right to be called Indiana Jones. He's got that fracture in his leg, so that's not great at all. Definitely don't want that. Let's see. All right, so storylines for today. I got a few. We'll start with the snow game because it's the most fun. 49ers have not won in Cleveland since 1984. I heard that stat and I was like, I have to make sure this is real before I go repeat it because that just sounds so incredible, right? It's real. I did check. They have not won in Cleveland in 40 years. Are they going to win today? Do they break that streak today?
It's actually 41 because I was born in 84, so I know personally about
it is 41. Yeah. I lie about my age so much that I forget how long ago that was.
You don't even know.
I don't know.
That's so funny. Yeah, and maybe they won't win again today. This Browns defense is for real. Mm-hmm. Myles Garrett is going to be hunting baby Brock Purdy all game long in the snow and the wind and it's going to be a disaster in that in that game. The players are going to be playing for Shedeur on the Cleveland side. They have new life. This could be really bad news for the Niners in a low-scoring game here in Cleveland. They might not win again.
It's projected the lowest scoring line of the day. 35.5. Yeah.
What is that?
35.5. Do we think it's even? We take the under? I'm taking the under.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it. I mean, it's not very alpha, but I would do the same thing. You know what I mean? That's so low. Gosh.
I think it's going to be, did you ever see the clips from like the Packer Cleveland game where one of the linemen was like yelling at Jordan Love, like, run, Jordan, like for Myles Garrett? I feel like that's going to be happening to Brock Purdy a lot today. Like, run, Brock.
I know. He is. And he looked terrible last week. So
oh my gosh. Absolutely terrible. The rest of the, I mean, thank God Juwan Jennings even got in the end zone because that saved him in a place where I had to start him. But
yeah.
I mean, can you even start Ricky Pearsall? Because we talked about this too. Like we have him on a team that we have together, and I wanted to rage cut him this week. I don't think that's the right answer, but
it might be.
Make me feel better.
It might be the right answer. I mean, I don't want to get too far into the weeds about is he even good? Like I have a lot of Ricky Pearsall.
Yeah.
He wasn't good last year. Now he's coming off the gunshot. Mm-hmm. That was the claim. And then he comes back this year. He's out longer than he was when he got shot.
Yeah, with a PCL.
Yeah, that's right. And then he's back and he's done nothing. Now, last week he was open twice and Purdy threw picks on both of those. But he's a guy. It's so funny, like going into weeks, like looking at rankings and projections, like there's guys that are like kind of in the same area of projected fantasy points, but some guys I'm dying to get in, like Kenneth Gainwell. I'm dying to get in everywhere because the Bills' run defense is terrible, and he could go crazy. Pearsall, who I've kind of got ranked around the same amount of points, I'm dying. Like, give me a reason to not start Ricky Pearsall.
Yeah,
and that's kind of the way I look at him this week. Is just especially in the snow, in the wind, with that defense. I'm looking to not get him in anywhere.
No, and that's so Aiden just jumps in here about starting Brock. No, Aiden, do not start Brock Purdy today. Go get Marcus Mariota off waivers. Go get, I mean, that's probably ugly too.
That's close. That's the only other one I might not do.
Who else is available? I don't know. Go get someone else who's available in your league, but I would not start Brock Purdy unless there's literally no.
Go get Max Brosmer. Ever heard of him? Ever heard of that guy?
Yeah.
Even Shedeur. Well, no, it's the same game. Never mind. It's gross weather. But Tyrod Taylor, Aaron Rodgers with a broken wrist against the Bills.
Yeah.
All those guys.
I promise you, Aaron Rodgers with his busted wrist would have beat the Bears last week, 100%. I still stand by that. He would have been fueled by Petty, and an urge to continue ownership over the Bears, and they should have started him, but whatever.
I would start for the
Yeah.
question. I would start Rodgers over
Mhm.
Shadur just because of the weather.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
'cause of
yeah.
the weather.
Yeah, that's gonna be No, I don't I'm just not super excited about any of the Cleveland guys, and we just
Right.
talked about the Niners too. I don't no thank you. I mean, maybe Quinshawn, right? I mean, get
Sure,
some
the running
run game
game.
in there.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he's not did you I looked this up earlier because I also heard this week. He has 8 yards in like receiving yards since week 6, I think.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, that's nuts. So we were talking about Dylan Sampson earlier too, but I don't know that I like him in this kind of weather matchup. That's icky.
Yeah.
All right, Amy. So he's clinched a playoff spot. Worst thing in the all right, not much on the waiver wire. I don't care if there has to be 0 on the waiver wire for you to start Brock Purdy. Go back and look and tell us who's on there, and then come back and we'll.
Yeah, that's right. We'll see you soon.
Yeah. KB wants to know Jacoby or Herbert. He's got McBride as his tight end. Let's see. We got Herbert's facing Vegas. We talked about that. We like that matchup a lot. And then Jacoby's here in Tampa. Jacoby's, 11 miles down the road for me over at Ray J. Facing the Bucks today.
And they said that they have the tight end. They have
McBride. He's got McBride.
I would go Brissett then. That's fine.
I think so too.
Herbert's going to smash too, but Herbert Vidal might be the guy there, like where Herbert's just okay. Yeah. Whereas Brissett is going to have to be the guy. He's going to be slinging it all over the place, and he's got the weapons to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Buccaneers are giving up the 3rd most fantasy points to opposing teams' quarterbacks, also. So that's a great matchup for Brissett. I think we're starting him in that league that we have our deep crayons.
That makes sense. I mean, they have no running game to speak of because Trey Benson hates playing football. So, and so does Omari and Hampton. Speaking of the Chargers, but that's my thing. Like, is Omari Hampton's ankle still broken?
I don't know.
Not broken, why aren't we playing? Like,
what's going on there? Like,
and don't be less broken, I guess, in 2 weeks or more broke. I don't know. I've got way more Kamani Vidal than I do Hampton, but I have Hampton in a 5K where I've just been waiting for like 3 months to start him.
Just sitting there, just hoping, it just makes me insane. Like, and just teasing us with like, oh, we're gonna open the practice window, he's gonna come, like making
I feel great. I feel fantastic. I'm like, beautiful. Let's go.
Let's see how you feel against Vegas, because that would be ideal for you to come back. But no. God, this is why we can't have nice things. All right. So Aiden has scoured the waiver wire. Here are the results. He's got Tyrod, saying it correctly, Tyrod Taylor, Mariota. We said no to Mariota. Tyler Shutt, Cam Ward, Kirk Cousins out there. Oh, goodness.
I would go Tyrod, just because of the rushing upside. That's really it. I mean, Cousins doesn't have the rushing upside.
No, he's a stash.
When they all stink, I take the guy with the rushing upside. So that's what I would do. None of it's beautiful, but Cam Ward's another one. Yeah. Jacksonville, Cam Ward or Tyrod, they're both around the same area for me. I don't know what else they've got. If you've got any of
those,
you have John Mechie. They have John Mechie on the roster.
You do. I actually picked up Mechie in a few places this week.
Yeah,
and probably I'm going to have to start him in a couple of spots here and
there. If they have Mechie, maybe throw Mechie in there with them and get that double stack working. But that's it. It's ugly, but not Brock Purdy.
It's not Brock Purdy ugly. So
that's right.
Much better than that. Much better than that. Okay. Did JJ McCarthy get soft benched?
Absolutely.
Really have a concussion.
100%. What should they do with JJ McCarthy?
What are they going to do? What are they going to do?
If you want the respect of your fan base, you trade him or cut him. Like, the quicker you pull off the Band-Aid, like, Kyler Murray stinks, but at least the Cardinals, like, okay, Josh Rosen's terrible. We have a top 3 pick or the number 1 pick. We're going with Kyler Murray. Sorry. Same thing. JJ McCarthy stinks. Everyone can see it. Everyone knows it. You've got a great roster there. Why waste more time? Yeah. Move on from him. And listen, you can defend missing on a quarterback in the draft. It happens all the time. What you can't defend is, no, we're going to, like, now we all see it. No, he's terrible, and we're going to keep rolling with him. So move on.
Yeah. Gotta go.
And that's what I think they'll do.
I hope so. I mean, like they've got Kevin O'Connell there, and he's such a great like quarterback mind, and yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe Max Brosmer comes in, and maybe he can take over. Maybe he'll be the future. Who knows?
Oh God! Don't do it.
Oh my God. Okay, so Adam, we had our mutual friend Louis G on last week. Louis had some thoughts on your boy Keon Coleman. I just want to hear what your thoughts are. Do we know anything, or is he active today?
We don't know yet.
Another scratch?
Well, first of all, let me just say, I know we're like trying to like skip some questions and stuff, but I will not allow you to skip. Are the Chiefs going to make the playoffs? Like,
did I skip that?
No, how dare? Like, I'm a Bills fan. Like, that's the one I've been with. Of course, they're not going to make the playoffs. Of course, the Chiefs aren't making the playoffs. All right, what's their schedule here? They've got they just lost to the Cowboys. Texans loss, Chargers loss, Broncos loss. They're going to beat the Titans and the Raiders, and they're not going to make the playoffs. So that we don't have to harp on it. I absolutely the Chiefs are going to miss the playoffs.
Oh, what's going to happen? Are they just going to implode? Is Kansas City just going to like be sucked into like a sinkhole?
Now, what might be even worse is that I'm talking all this crap, and the Bills aren't going to make the playoffs because they're a disaster too. But that's not for. I mean, the Bills just have zero talent. The Chiefs just don't win games.
What's more fun, right, than watching the second most thing I think like that comes in second to watching your team win is watching one of your rivals lose. Like that brings me so much joy, like beyond my team just winning. Like I really need the Bears to start losing. Because that would bring me some joy as a Packer fan. That hasn't happened yet, but maybe we'll get there. I think it's fake, but I won't go into that. I don't know. Fake news with the Bears. I just really
they're pulling out these kind of miracle type wins. But sorry, back to your original question. Coleman isn't good at all. I mean, and on top of that, he's mentally checked out. His attitude's terrible. Let me give you a little background. This has nothing to do with fantasy football, but so Tyreek Hill has a receiver camp or like a kids youth camp. Came to Rochester, New York, took my son. For all the things people want to say about Tyreek Hill, the camp was one of the greatest experiences of my son's life. Tyreek was in every drill, roasting the kids, giving them the deuces, being involved. It was one of the greatest days of my son's life. Keon Coleman brought a camp here last summer. He didn't talk to anybody. He sat at midfield and threw Hail Marys all game long. Didn't show anybody how to run a route. Didn't get involved with any of the kids. It was terrible. And from then on, I'm like, all right, Keon, you're on my shit list. And nothing brings me greater joy than to see a guy like that not succeed on purpose. Like, so no, he's not. I would be surprised if he plays another game for them. He might suit up today for all I know, because all the receivers are hurt. Elijah Moore, Curtis Samuel, Nicole Hardman, welcome to the Bills. You're hurt. Brandon Cooks, I don't know if he's going to be ready. They might have to do it.
You got Gabe Dave.
But he's done. This is his last year in Buffalo.
Yeah. I did see that you guys brought up, did they sign him from the practice squad? Gabriel Davis?
Gabe Davis is, they called him up. Yeah, for sure.
I love Gabe Dave. Bring him back. Revive the boomer bust 30 or 0 point Gabe Dave. Come on.
What's so funny too is when the Bills drafted Coleman, I'm like, well, I don't think he's great, but he's like the Gabe Davis style, and he's got to be better than Gabe Davis. He's not better than Gabe Davis. It's crazy.
No, I am right there with you. I saw this clip, and I think I saw it on TikTok, but it was like Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco, like I guess they have a show together.
Yeah.
And did you see that? And they were talking about, his attitude and things like that, and how he doesn't really seem upset that he's getting benched, and like, why wouldn't you like be upset about, you should be upset about this, and like that just kind of said it all. So
crazy.
Yeah, crazy, absolutely crazy. I promise I will not skip any more questions. I did definitely.
Don't skip your Chiefs talking questions. Don't skip those.
All right. Indy is looking a lot more pedestrian than they had been the first several weeks of the season. Are they coming back to earth? Is this really, have they kind of evened out? Is this really who they are? Daniel Jones got a busted leg. Are we excited? I'm not excited about them today against Houston. I think they lose this game. I don't know.
Yeah, I think they lose to Houston too. But Houston's like riding a high, and they've got like a really good defense. Like, do I think the Colts are the number 1 seed in the AFC? No. But I also don't think like the Patriots are the number 1 seed in the like these are the top 2 teams in the AFC. Like, no, but I think they'll make the playoffs. I think they can, they have some strengths and some weaknesses. Jones being hurt isn't great for them. Yeah. But they got to get back to just JT, that they haven't been good since they brought over Sauce Gardner. I said Sauce Gardner stinks. And that's probably not the reason why they're losing every game, but if he's not holding, he's getting sauced. So, but no, I don't think they're the top team in the AFC, but I also don't think they had the Chiefs 20-9 in the fourth quarter last week. Like they should have won that game.
They could have won. Yeah.
So, they could. I think they'll be fine. They'll make the playoffs, but no, they're not like a top seed in the AFC.
So they get obviously Houston today, and then they've got Jacksonville, then they get Seattle at Seattle.
Yeah.
And then they've got Jacksonville again in week 17, and then week 18, they've got to play Houston again. So it's not a great schedule for them going forward.
Yeah, it could come off the hinges quickly for them because all these teams will be chasing them. But I think they'll lean into Daniel Jones has to get healthy, right? Yeah. If he doesn't get healthy, they're in trouble. But they got to just lean into JT and let him win games on his own.
Because he absolutely can. Absolutely. Okay. Most surprising team that was good last season but has struggled this year.
Yeah, for me, House said it a couple minutes ago. It's Philly. I mean, when Philly plays against most teams, they have the best player at every single position on the field, outside of quarterback. I mean, they have the best wide receiver 1, the best wide receiver 2, tight end, left guard, right guard, outside linebacker. I mean, they're just absolutely filthy loaded, but their coach isn't very good, and I don't think their quarterback's great. So that's why I think that they're struggling. But when you've got literally Pro Bowlers are all pros at every position, I'm surprised. Have they lost four games? Is that what the record is?
Yeah.
So yeah, that is surprising to me, just because you would think that they would just win based off talent.
Yep. 2 losses in a row to the Cowboys and the Bears. They play the Chargers Monday night in week 14. Then you get the Raiders after that. So if you can't beat the Raiders, I don't know what to do. But they play the Bills in week 17 in Buffalo. That should be fun.
Yeah, I'm actually probably going to that game.
Yeah.
I don't know if to talk about opposite rosters, right? Like the Bills, when they take the field, they have the worst player on the field at every single position except for quarterback. So we'll see. Both of them are going to need it now, right? Neither of them are running away with the division. It's going to be a playoff game for sure.
Oh yeah. I had not a lot of Barkley, but more Barkley than I think I've ever had this year. And I didn't expect him to repeat what he did last season. Yeah. Definitely some regression there, but I didn't think that he would regress so far that it would be out of first round production. And that's kind of what has happened. That has been really a big surprise for me.
I agree. Jody Smith wrote a great article for Fulltime a couple months ago, and in the preseason about the average drop off in fantasy production from the RB1 the previous year. And it's just a lot of it. You can't really put injury. You can't really point your finger on stuff, but it's just kind of general wear and tear. Also, the tush push kills him. And it's funny. You find these teams like Lane Johnson, right? Yeah. It's amazing how important Lane Johnson and Trent Williams. There was a stat the last couple of years when Trent Williams didn't play, they didn't win. Yeah. the 49ers. And it's the same, when Lane Johnson's not there, all the weapons, all the everything, they severely struggle when they don't have their left tackle. They're all pro left tackle. It's amazing how important these guys are, and not having him is kind of crushing them. But like you said, he hasn't been terrible, Saquon, but he just also isn't a league winner either.
No. 14.1 fantasy points per game, and that's in PPR formats. Rico Dowdle outscoring Saquon Barkley.
Didn't have that on my bingo card for sure.
Woo, did not. Yeah, I certainly didn't. All right. It is kind of a gross lineup, but what are you most looking forward to today? Or least looking forward to?
I'm most looking forward to, I really like the Steelers running backs against the Bills. I'm trying to, Jalen Warren, you're obviously starting, but I'm trying to, if it's a coin flip between Gainwell and anybody, Gainwell has had the backfield to himself twice this year and has gone for 30+ fantasy points both times. I think he's probably better than Jaylen Warren, or at least just as good.
Yeah.
The Steelers are going to be in this game, if not leading this game. It's in Pittsburgh. The Bills are rolling out a JV roster. They're reeling. The Steelers are going to be in it or winning enough to like keep the running backs going. Gainwell has had like 5 catches in each of the last like three games. Rodgers' wrist is jacked. So I think they're going to really lean on those running backs. I'm really excited for that. And then one that I said earlier is Kamani Vidal. I really think that like it was fun. As much as it hurt to take Hampton out of a lineup or two, it was fun to go through my lineups this morning and be like, oh, I have Vidal on the bench. Oh, I have Vidal on the bench, and pop him in because I really think he could smoke the Raiders this week and be like an RB1. So those are 2 games. While they might not be super high scoring, I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, you've got some interest in them. Like we don't have any buys this week, so you know we're kind of all right. So who we got that's going to be fantasy relevant for us, and at least make a difference. If it's an ugly game, at least we'll have some like buy into it.
Right.
I'm kind of excited about Dart versus May tonight. I don't know normally that I'd be like, ooh, Giants, Patriots, but I just think these two, they're 2 fun quarterbacks. And
they're the future, right? Of the league and of their respective teams that have that little rivalry from the Super Bowls.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see Dart, now coming back after, that concussion. Dayball's been fired. Now they've got the new guy in there. So yeah, I'm, looking forward to that. I think it's like such a shame that we don't get a Jameis Winston game this week. Because like, my God, like the league's just so much more fun when he plays. But man, I still think this will be an exciting game, I think. All right. So we've got a lot. We're coming up on 11:30. We're going to start getting those official actives and actives, but here's the ones that we're kind of looking for. Here's who we know, who's still kind of questionable. We got Terry McLaurin is active today. I have so much Terry McLaurin, and that has probably been like my biggest L that I have had to take this year is like, I just totally bought in on Terry McLaurin all summer, and that has been to my detriment.
I mean, isn't an L? I mean, yes, it's an L in the pocketbook, but it's like the quarterback's hurt all year. He's hurt all year. I mean, what are you going to do? McLaurin, I would almost, if I had him, I'd almost rather him be out because you're going to start him against Denver. Like they're locked down.
Thank you.
Now
and
you're
going
to start him.
Back? Yeah. I think Surtain is back, right?
I think he is after he's been out like 3 or 4 weeks, just in time for Debo and to Terry McLaurin.
Yeah, absolutely. No, thank you. I have him in a league that honestly I really could use him to start, but I don't think that I can. I just don't think I can do it. Speaking of Commanders, Daniels is officially out. Why are they flirting with bringing him back?
So that I have to waste the roster spot on him. That's why, because I'm not dropping him. If he's got a chance to be a top 5 quarterback, if everybody's healthy. So I think they will. And Burrow said it best. So it's hard about like people figure, why would they bring him back? Why would they bring Garrett Wilson back? Why would they bring because they love playing football with their friends. Yeah. And they get paid to do it. And the fans pay to see them. So I think he'll be back. If he can play, Jaden Daniels, he'll be back.
There's a sign in Green Bay, I think, going out onto the field where it says like, today is someone's bucket list,
Yes,
so like even that makes so much sense. And I think when I was watching that game on Thursday night and Melissa Stark asked that question, I was kind of like, oh, that's so cringy. Like I would feel so uncomfortable asking him that question, but what a great answer. Like I'm sure he knew she was going to ask him that because that was just such a great answer that if he did that off the cuff, then kudos to Joe Burrow. But yeah, I think that's such a good way to put it and kind of a way to think about it. Talked about Jackson Dart, Marion Hampton obviously out, DeMarcado's out, Bam is questionable, but he should play. Bucks game, we got 2. These are fun. Baker and Bucky both questionable, expected to play. Does that Bucky being back, does that make us not start Sean Tucker? Do we feel like maybe he's going to be limited at all? I'm seeing that he's not going to be limited. They're still going to get him his touches, which I don't know what to do with Sean Tucker.
Yeah, real quick about the Cardinals. I like Michael Carter or Bant. Like if you've got them, they're probably worth a flex depending on how deep your roster goes and who's hurt and all this other stuff. But like I could see Michael Carter getting a bunch of catches. Like it's just him and probably Bam Knight. or Zonovan Knight. So I wouldn't be afraid. I wouldn't be excited to start them, but I also wouldn't be like super afraid to start them either. And then sorry, who would I would sit Tucker. And you listen, you know how I feel about Sean Tucker. I came on, I think this show like 2 years ago screaming about him. It just took them 3 years to finally get him the ball. But Bucky Irving's not going to have a full role, but I think it'll certainly be enough to keep Sean Tucker from kind of being comfortable worth starting him. Who do they have? Sorry, I'm like losing my mind. Tampa's got Arizona.
And Tampa's giving up one of the surprisingly like fewest rushing yards per game at 97.6. We're talking like right around like the Packers actually give up more than the Bucks do. So just I thought, you know what? I was looking, you were talking about Bucky and I just straight went to the Bucks. So I was like looking at something completely different. I'm looking at Arizona gives up a lot more. That's where my brain is. I need some more caffeine.
So no, it's fine. Cause it was funny because that was the two guys I was comparing. Like to me, it's a coin flip between like a Zonovan Knight and a Michael Carter or like a Sean Tucker. Like really it's a coin flip. They both kind of have similar matchups, but they don't love Tucker for whatever reason. Like they keep looking for reasons to not play him, and they still have Rashad White. So it's like I would lean towards Carter or Zonovan Knight, hoping one of them falls in for a touchdown.
Oh yeah. All right, Fantasy Bro Time wants to know, we're picking defenses here. He needs a ceiling, Cleveland or the Dolphins. Leaning Cleveland with San Francisco. We talked about that. Pretty going to be run heavy, might limit those sacks and turnovers. The Dolphins do get New Orleans at home. I don't know that I really hate that.
That's a good point on the sacks and turnovers. It depends on what your league values, right? If they value not giving up actual points, then I would go towards Cleveland. It was Cleveland and who, Stacy?
Miami.
Yeah. So yeah, if it's turnovers and sacks you're looking for, I would roll with Miami against New Orleans. Because New Orleans, with the quarterback situation there, the running back situation there, I could see them certainly giving up more sacks and maybe even a pick six or something.
Yeah, and I mean they are going to be without Kamara today, so they're going to be relying on Devin Neal. I'm going to talk about him a little bit later, but yeah, I mean overall, Miami, obviously Cleveland has higher scoring fantasy defense, but
like you said, they're probably going to run the ball more because of the weather and to stay away from Myles Garrett. Can I say like either take fantasy defense out of fantasy or make it work like Uncle Farrell? We got to talk. Like he actually does it right. But like the whole point is to not give up points.
Yeah.
And you'll play in these like FFPC, FFWC. Like I love them, obviously, especially FFWC. But like the team will give up, he'll have a shutout and it's worth 5 points or worth 10 points. Like nothing's harder than shutting a team out. And that's what they're supposed to do. It should be worth like 20.
Right. That's a low end flex. Like you're getting the same points from, I don't know. Like I can't even think of a player right now. But yeah, like make it worth more if you're
Why is a pick six worth more than a shutout? Yeah. it doesn't even make sense. So I don't know. Add some more value to that or just get it out of there.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, listen, anytime you want to do a rant, I'm completely here for it. We are starting to get those in. Nothing I think that we hadn't expected yet so far, at least that I've seen. Alan Lazard is active. I don't know if you were waiting for that.
Thank God. I was thinking about plugging in Lazard this week.
Me too. CJ Stroud active, Kamara out. I want to go back to Arizona real quick. I probably should have thrown this in when we talked about their running backs. Marvin Harrison is expected to play. He's going to be back for the first time since Michael Wilson has gone off. What does that do for Michael Wilson? Because, you're starting Michael Wilson, right? But then now Harrison's back. Does that downgrade him a little bit? Would you take him out of your lineup? I don't know. I feel like I'm still starting him. He's got a great connection with Brissett, and they have a good matchup against Tampa.
Yeah, you're probably starting him. I think it just depends on who your options are. It crushes him, I think. It's he goes from 100 yards a week to Marvin Harrison being there. Is he? I'm not even saying that Marvin Harrison's better than Michael Wilson, but you're getting your number one back. I think the last game Harrison played, he was terribly inefficient. I think he had 3 catches for a touchdown on 12 targets or something crazy. But it crushes the upside for those guys, I think. But if you're looking for a smash play, though, you kind of got to play Wilson because he's had such a great rapport with him the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I think so. All right. Yeah. Baker is officially active for today. That just came in.
Chiga Conco's active, if anybody cares. Zonovan Knight's active.
Or Gunnar Helm, the great debate in Tennessee. Let's see. Oh, here's one. Oh, here, real quick, before we move on from Harrison, we'll do Mark's question. And then I've got one for you that's interesting. I'll just put it that way. All right, so we got DK or we got Marvin Harrison in a flex spot. DK has been so disappointing this year. Incredibly disappointing. And I don't know. I don't think he's really the kind of quarterback that Aaron Rodgers enjoys throwing to. And
I agree. And
very ugly.
That was my worry about him. And then he started off kind of hot, and I was only touched on the last month spent on a handoff.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think about the matchup today, and I just see the Steelers, all they want to do is run the ball ever.
Yeah.
And now they get the best matchup against a run.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to get to keep Josh Allen off the field. I just don't see him having a monster game. Like, I don't think there's a blow up game in there. And he could literally get like 4 targets. So I would lean Harrison because he's not coming off like an injury, and he has a great matchup in a game where they are going to throw the ball. I would go Harrison over DK Metcalf.
Yeah, I'm just looking at his numbers, and he had a decent game against Chicago, 14.5 points. But before that, his last double-digit game was against Green Bay in Week 8. So, I mean, you're talking like 2 points, 6 points, 9 points. That's gross. And it's not like he's not being targeted either. So,
yeah. And Metcalf could certainly, catch. I mean, Rodgers loves to throw it down, but I mean, he could catch a ball inside the 5, you know what I mean, for a touchdown. Yeah. But I just think if you're looking for target upside and higher ceiling, I think it's Marvin Harrison.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Okay. As promised, I know you've been waiting for this player to come back from IR. Darren Waller.
Oh, God.
Making his return in Miami against New Orleans. He had 4 touchdowns in the 4 games that he played, 12 total targets. This seems weird. That just felt so weird.
So weird.
That, that situation that I feel like I might not be able to stay away from it.
Yeah.
I don't have him anywhere. Maybe
I don't have him anywhere. I don't have him anywhere either because I wasn't willing to spend all the money for the exact reasons why.
Brittany loves Darren Waller. Brittany, I have to give kudos to Brittany. Like, the minute that it was like he was going to come out, she was all over it, and that paid off for her.
She was buying his rap album, the whole thing.
I think Brittany actually did a rap. Like, if he got a touchdown, she's going to do a rap on TikTok or Twitter or something like that. I'm pretty sure that's.
Well, she might have to do four raps because he might score 4 times today.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, if I've got him, listen, he's in the mix with Zach Ertz and Isaiah Likely had a great game, but like AJ Barner and Hunter Henry, like Evan Ingram, Mason Taylor, like if you got him and you want to, I mean, he's got a good, fairly decent matchup, like throw him in there and see what happens. He's not going to crush it because none of the other guys around him are going to smash. But Waller interests me, like if he's healthy.
Yeah.
In like the playoff tournaments, right? Because like you can separate, like if he has some crazy 3 touchdown game and nobody starts him, you can kind of separate yourself.
Yeah.
Or maybe like a DFS play this week if you want to really punt to tight end. But other than that, I'm not starting him over like, Juwan. I'm not starting him over Juwan Johnson. I'll tell you that much.
No.
So.
No, and I think that's a really great point too, because like now we're starting to get into, if you're playing in these tournaments, right? Like this is when we're starting to move into that range. Like you're going to be, going from your league matchups into the tournament time. You want to separate yourself now because you're going to be playing against a lot of people that also have Jonathan Taylor or also have like other guys that you have. So throwing in somebody who can make your team, a little bit different, that not a lot of other people are going to be starting is really the kind of way that you win tournaments like that.
Bingo. That's exactly right.
So, Brittany, Darren Waller, good job. Good job.
Well
Tyler Warren is in fact active today. He is going to play despite his tummy troubles. So I'm just going to keep saying that because it's funny.
That's right. Olave.
Yeah,
Olave's
Olave
also
is going to play. He had back spasms, which of all the injuries he could have was not the one that I was thinking.
right.
Poor Chris Olave. Like, God, I just feel like he's going to be so miserable after he's done playing, like just health wise. Like,
Just
gosh,
come to Buffalo, Chris. Come to
yeah.
Buffalo. Can we trade for Chris Olave, please?
Why didn't that happen? Why didn't he get traded from the Saints? Like,
Because Bean doesn't want to. He doesn't want to ever get because GMs think that they're smarter than they actually are. Oh, I can't give up a pick because I'm going to draft a guy that's going to be really good. No, you're not. Like,
right,
see Keon Coleman. Okay, just go get Olave, who you know is great
right.
to pair
I'm
up
gonna
with your
know
Hall
him.
of Fame quarterback. But no, we got to go get Gabe Davis and Brandon
Okay.
Cooks, who not a single team wanted. I think they got the wrong Saints receiver. I think they meant to go get Olave.
And then Shaheed has not really done anything in Seattle since he's been there
Right.
either. Yeah, like, they're not, looking at I don't know. I mean, I guess, like, how can you really when JSN is just taking up, like, 75%
Oh,
of your targets, but
JSN's one of my misses this year. I didn't have a lot of JSN. The teams that I do have him on are absolutely crushing. I
yeah.
just didn't believe in Darnold a ton.
Me
I didn't
too.
believe in him as like an alpha wide
Mhm.
receiver one. And boy, was I wrong about that.
I like because I had Jason last year and I just felt like genius last year, right? Because you got him at a great
Yeah,
value
I had a lot
last
of them last year. That's right.
Yeah,
Yep.
and just, popped off, right? And then I right there with you with Darnold. Like the reason I don't have a lot of JSN this year was because I just didn't believe in Darnold.
Yeah.
And I just didn't think that he, like take him away from KOC. And that was kind of like what made him kind of, good again. And, I was like, oh, I don't know what's going to happen in Seattle. I'm not sure. Like, is he going to thrive over there? I don't know. And I mean, he's doing fine. So, Terry McLaurin and JSN, gosh.
I know.
When I do my postmortem after the season, like those two are gonna be
Top
on
of
my
the
list.
list.
Oh yeah. Okay, so let's do some starts, some sits this week. We can do that, and then we'll get you guys out of here ready to go. Get your lineups done at noon. Adam, who are some of the guys that you are absolutely all in on this week?
Yep, I'm all in on the Broncos offense against those Commanders. I'm starting if I got I don't have a lot of Bo Nix, but if you got him, start him. RJ Harvey, this is the game you've been waiting for, right? We finally get Harvey backfield to himself. Great matchup. Love throwing RJ Harvey in. And then Troy Franklin. I'm starting Troy Franklin over like DK Metcalf in some leagues. I'm starting he might be the wide receiver one there in Denver, and college buddies, college shower narrative there for the quarterback. And this could be an absolute explosion for Denver. The Commanders' defense is horrible. So I'm starting all of my Broncos for sure, except for Evan Ingram because he stinks.
I'm glad that you brought that up about Troy Franklin and Cortland Sutton, because I feel like that's kind of been like, kind of slowly percolating, and
Yeah.
now it's like a talking point. Like we have to actually discuss it, and like I'm looking at their target share, and over the last 3 weeks, Franklin's has gone up about 5 points. Sutton's has gone down. It's about a point and a half, not like
Since week
significant.
five, since week five, Franklin is 25% target share. Sutton is 18.
Look at that. So
He's the
yeah.
number one. And
Who does
it's a
that?
great, I would start them both for sure. Like if you got them
Oh
both,
yeah.
start them. But yeah, I mean, Franklin's, this is an exciting week for Denver. Hopefully they can just go out and smash.
This is not on my list, but would Marvin Mims be a flex for you this week against
He
Washington?
could be. I mean, I'm not excited, but again, if it's Marvin Mims or I guess I have to go see who I'm comparing him to here, but
Pat Bryant, maybe.
he certainly could. I mean,
Yeah.
Mims or Josh Downs, Mims, DK,
Mhm.
Mims, Slayton, Mims, Jerry Judy in that weather,
Yeah.
Greg Dortch. Like you could certainly see Mims. I mean, he's not going to get a huge target share, but he's going to get 2 or 3 chances deep for sure
Yeah.
against a really bad defense.
I'm glad Marvin Harrison is back this week, so I don't have to talk about Greg Dortch anymore.
Oh, come on. Dortch saved me in some leagues the last 2 weeks. I love Greg Dortch.
Oh my gosh. Wendy, the show Marvin Mims might be exciting. I've always been a big Marvin Mims fan. I hope he does. I want him to succeed. I hope he does well today. All right. Bo Nix, Jackson Dart. Opponent has Wandale. I talk about
Bo Nix
Yeah.
for sure. And especially because your opponent has Wandale. Because every time he throws to Wandale, he cuts into your fantasy points. So Bo Nix for sure.
Yeah, I agree, especially that matchup. It's just too good to not.
Right. This is what you've been waiting for these Broncos, a matchup like this.
Yes. I've got the entire backfield in New England, both Stevenson and Henderson. I think the Giants, right? They're allowing the most rushing yards per game. Here's what also they're allowing the most of. Not only just rushing yards, rushes of 10 or more yards this season, and the most rushing yards before contact per carry. Also, I think that's a good matchup for them. Opposite side, I don't like anybody. I mean, who like Tyrone Tracy, Devin Singletary, you're not starting those guys, not against New England. Not with the way they're limiting guys in the run game. No, thank you.
Yeah, their run defense hasn't been as strong recently, but yeah, you're not excited to start those running backs for sure, especially with Dart back getting a ton of the carries and a ton of the rushing yards. My only concern with Stevenson. So my only concern with that backfield is that you've got Henderson who's way more explosive. I mean, last week you watched Stevenson get stuck at the 1 yard line like 5 straight times. It feels like.
Yeah.
I don't know why coaches do that. I mean, I think they have a great coaching staff, but Henderson's clearly the better player. I think Stevenson's certainly flex worthy for sure. My only concern would be that left tackle situation. I forget his name, the left tackle there that they took.
Will Campbell.
Will Campbell. I think he's out for 4. I think he's on the IR. So
he's on the IR.
Again, we saw that we talked about Trent Williams. We talked about Lane Johnson. Maybe this kid has a big effect on them like that, but hopefully not. I'm certainly starting them, and I'm certainly excited about them. But yeah, I wouldn't be looking to start the Giants running backs either if you didn't have to. Like I would start Gainwell. We've been talking. I kind of use the Gainwell as like my start sit. Like I would start Gainwell over both of the Giants running backs.
Definitely. I think the Patriots are missing another one of their linemen also.
Yeah.
I don't know their name, but I think they're missing somebody else besides Will Campbell. Wendy meant to say that she just meant that Marvin Mims might be excited about being talked about this week.
Oh. Well, let him know, Wendy. Let him know. I might be getting carried away. Like people don't be taking out like good players for Marvin Mims. Just if he's got like a last second injury, like, oh crap, I thought Trey Benson was going to play. I got nobody else. Like Marvin Mims is okay.
Yeah, that'll work. Who else you got? Anybody else that you're really excited about this week?
Yeah, I mean, I think I talked a lot about the guys there. Let me look at my rankings here too, but yeah, I think that was it. Gainwell, Vidal, the Broncos guys, and oh God, I hate to say it. I like Stefon Diggs. This week too. They're really bad in man coverage, and he's just been eating up man coverage. So I like Diggs at receiver there, unfortunately.
Yeah. New dad, Stefon Diggs. Well, I guess not new dad.
Congratulations, Steph.
Yeah. Congrats to you and Cardi B. Now, I pandered with a little bit on this pick here with Khalil Shakir. I think it's a great matchup there with the Steelers. They're obviously giving up a ton of fantasy points to opposing teams' wide receivers. He had a great game against Houston. Let's talk about that. Like putting up 110 yards against Houston. Like that's, congrats, man. Like against that defense. Good job.
Yeah. So a lot of it was on like one play or so. So here's my thing. All the numbers make sense, right? And I'm so locked into the Bills. The numbers make sense, right? Like they're giving up a ton of yards through the air, this, that, and the third. But then you look, okay, Bills are missing both of their left tackles, the right tackle and their left tackle. I don't know if Kincaid's playing. Probably not. The tight end's probably gonna have to stay in block. Like, how are the Bills even going to move the ball? It's going to have to, if they're going to move the ball through the air, it's going to have to be through Shakir. It's going to have to be quick and short because TJ Watt's going to be hunting him because nobody can block him, especially our backups. So, but I don't see like an explosive game. Like he had a great game last week because he kind of made one guy miss and ran for like 40 yards.
Yeah.
But he's great at run after the catch, and the Steelers give the most, like you said, one of the most.
Yep.
And run after the catch. So I could see a 6 for 90 game. I don't know about a touchdown, but he's certainly a guy that I'm plugging into my starting lineups.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely, 6 for 90, I'd take that all day. Yeah. Here's some guys that I'm not like I'm just interested in this week. I think could potentially have some good games. I kind of like Devin Neal a little bit just for volume play. Kamara's out. Kendrick Miller tore his ACL a while ago. Miami's pretty soft against the run. It's a good matchup for him. They're giving up 142 rushing yards per game. I I think you could do worse. And I'm kind of curious to see what he looks like when he's got the whole role to himself this week.
That's a great way to put that. I think you could do worse because it's true. My only gets like Neil's a guy that like I have a ton of Alvin Kamara because I'm an idiot. And then so I've had like the backups all year. Like every time there's a handcuff, all right, that guy's hurt, bring in this guy. So it's got Devin Neal's kind of been like, I feel like I have to start Devin Neal because I have him. But Taysom Hill is just the most annoying freaking fantasy player in the world. You know that he's going to get all the goal line carries. Like where I don't see a path to a 20-point game for Neal, but maybe you don't have to. Maybe it's like, I just need 12. You know, like, just get me 12. But if he's not catching the ball, how do you even get 12? If you're not getting goal line carries, you're not getting catches, how are you getting to 12? But like you said, you could do worse. But we don't even know how good he is. Like,
I'm just saying, like, I wasn't definitely putting him in like for sure starts or set, but it was like I'm interested enough to see where this goes today. Like, I want to see. I'm going to be looking at the box score for this one.
So, for example, I would start Devin Neal over like Spears and Pollard, and I would probably start him over Stevenson, just because of the carries. But Stevenson could fall in for two touchdowns, you know. So that's kind of where I'm at with Devin Neal.
What about over Sean Tucker?
I would start him over Sean Tucker. I mean, Tucker might get, as much as I hate this, Tucker might get like 4 touches. I mean, if Rashad White plays the passing down role and they give Bucky 3/4 of the rushing or half of the rushing, you know, that sucks.
I know this is like the what we've not been waiting for is that all 3 of them are back.
I know,
playing this week. Like, ugh, gross. Last one, and it's really just more of the matchup so much. Lad McConkey, right? I think Chargers are going to feast this week. I agree that's more of a Vidal game, but I think my boy Lad. Maybe I'm just wishful thinking here, but no, I think they're going to have a good game.
I mean, it could be a Vidal game. That's the exciting thing, but it could be a passing game too. And so Lad's the problem with them is just that's like another 4-headed monster, right? You've got all these, you have, you know, the tight end, and it's just they're not all going to hit, right? Especially with the running game there too. So, but Lad would be the guy that I would lock into most. I've got Quentin Johnson in a big spot this week where I'm just kind of closing my eyes and starting him against the Raiders, hoping that coming off a bye, they've got a couple of plays up their sleeve to hit him on some deep ones.
Yeah, I pick Lad too because, like, you know, at the beginning of the season, right, we're all like freaking out, those of us that like took him in the second round, right? But he's gotten kind of back in the swing of things the last part of the season. I mean, not a great game against Jacksonville at all by any means, but I think that game was everybody kind of sucked for the Chargers on that game. But yeah, it is. It's like Green Bay South, right, with different options at wide receiver. What are we going to do there? Who are your sits? Who are you under no circumstances are you putting them in your lineup?
Well, we talked Brock Purdy already. Daniel Jones, I'm not starting either, just because of the injury. Like he might not even make it through the game. So that's
who's their backup. If they don't, who is back there? Who's on there? Because I'm just trying to think about it, and I don't have it in my brain right now. Where's that depth chart?
Is it Anthony Richardson?
Riley Leonard. It's because he's on the IR, right? He got hit with the exercise band in the face, and it snapped his eye. What's that?
His orbital bone.
Orbital. Thank you. Yeah. Riley Leonard.
Yikes, Riley Leonard. So yeah, I'm not starting Daniel Jones or Riley Leonard.
No. Aiden, if Riley Leonard's available, do not pick him up.
Right.
Do not pick him
Leonard. Yeah.
That's where we draw the line.
Aaron Jones, I'm not looking to start. He's a borderline starter anyways, but he's only averaged 10.5 fantasy points a game since his return. So again, I'm starting Gainwell. Gainwell's my line. I'm starting Gainwell over him. The Vikings offense, I'm really just benching in general, right? Jordan Addison, I'm at Hawkinson, I'm Hawkinson. You haven't been able to start all year. And then I think Debo with this defense, I think the Commanders offense, I'm kind of sitting. The Vikings offense, I'm kind of sitting all those guys this week. And now again, with this weather in San Francisco and Cleveland, a lot of those guys, it might be forced to sit too.
Yeah. I want to talk about the Vikings real quick because I think like Justin Jefferson has always been QB proof, and now it's like we finally found what it takes to break Justin Jefferson's fantasy. Like we got there.
We got there.
McCarthy.
We found him.
So depressing.
I know it sucks. And that's the other thing too. We talked about it earlier. Like he had a year to sit and watch. Normally that's like the golden ticket for these quarterbacks. Like if you get to sit for a year, and he did, and he's just not it. And unfortunately, Jefferson's struggling. And that was why I don't have any Jefferson this year, not because I don't love Jefferson, but because when you're in the middle of the first round, take the guy with the least question marks. Right. Like take your CeeDee Lambs and these guys get hurt too, but the quarterback question mark was what did it for me.
Yeah, I have him in a few like home leagues where for whatever reason he was a value. I don't think I have him in any of our high stakes leagues at all. Yeah, and I think too I was drafting more at the end of those rounds, so he wouldn't have been there anyway. But yeah. JJ McCarthy finally broke Justin Jefferson. Yikes. One of my only sits that we have not already talked about, I got Michael Pittman for all the same reasons, right? That we don't like Daniel Jones this week. His touchdown against Kansas City kind of saved his day, but I don't really want to risk it against the Texans, fourth fewest fantasy points to wide receivers. Listen, do you think Josh Allen still has nightmares about Will Anderson coming after him?
Dude, their and now granted the Bills offense is run by a JV coach, but they don't know what they're doing. But that defense is for real. And so I would not, they have the corners, they've got the D line from hell. And so, I would not want to start anybody against them for sure.
No, same. So Adam, I used to do a DFS section in here, but I am so bad at DFS picks that I took it out. You have anything good this week? Anything that you might want to throw out there for the people? Because you're much better at that than I am.
Let me. So I do a little DFS article for Fulltime. So let me pull that.
Where can the people find that? Because we still have an hour before kickoff. So
we're over at Fulltime Fantasy. Head over there and check it out on the DFS. I can. Let's see if
you link that in the chat.
But I can. I can do that. For sure. So let me see. Let me find that article real quick while I'm doing that. But so we do, and I don't do a ton of DFS either. I just love to kind of look at it and talk about it, and it also helps me with my regular setting of lineups. You know what I'm saying? Because it helps me look at each and everything. Because sometimes it's fun to look at your roster, your non-DFS roster, as hey, if I need a bunch of points, how do I correlate? How do I bring back all that type of stuff?
You know what I like to do too sometimes when you bring that up about setting your lineups? If I have a real hard, who am I I've got two guys, which one am I going to start, and I just can't make a decision. Sometimes I just go on and what's the line? What does Vegas say?
Yes.
And that's kind of my last,
100%. I think, listen, if you never did, we obviously love to talk fantasy, give our projections, do all that stuff. But if no one ever did anything ever, and you just looked at the Vegas lines for over-unders for these guys, you'd probably be just fine. So for my DFS must play, if you're going to play, you have to start Kamani Vidal because he's so cheap and he has the chance to, because people thought Hampton was going to be in this week. So he's super cheap. So Vidal, you almost have to get in there because of the potential to be a RB1 this week. The Darnold to JSN stacks are cheap. Darnold's middle of the pack as far as money's concerned. So those are guys that you should be looking to get in there. And then Achane. He's got the best ceiling on the slate, regardless of position, right? He's just incredible rushing, receiving, has a really good matchup. And one of the guys I have in here is a key salary saver, Khalil Shakir, your boy there. Super cheap, and he unlocks the ability to be able to get Achane and Vidal into some of these lineups too. So, those are just some of the pointers that you have there. It's all about finding, and I don't do I give help on suggestions on tournaments, but I don't really do, because in order to do tournaments, you can't just do 1 or 2 entries. You really got to almost max enter these things, or do the single entry ones.
Right.
But there's just so many good optimizers out there for these guys. You're playing against AI. It's really hard to do. So I like cash games, head to heads, right? Yeah. Just me versus you type of deal. So, it's been fun grinding those. I've been leaning a little bit towards going more heavier next year, Stacy, on DFS, because the idea of you get a player, you have a bad week in DFS, or a player gets hurt in your DFS lineup, you move on to the next week.
Right.
In high stakes fantasy, I have a 5K with FFPC. I lost Malik Neighbors in week 2, and it's just it's gross. It's 5K that you
you might as well just thrown out the window as you're driving down the road. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so hard to come back from that. So, So anyways, that's a discussion for the off season, but those are my value plays for this week.
Nice. All right, guys. Last but not least, Maddox is taking a nap before the games kick off, but he would like you to see who he picked for Monday Night Football. Last week, I accidentally used some music that I shouldn't have, and we got a little nasty note from YouTube. So that doesn't happen again.
How dare you?
So we fixed that. Won't have that happen again. Here we go.
What does that mean?
He picked the Patriots. He went after the Patriots. So this is how I decide that who he picks is the one that he runs off with, the little helmet that he runs away with. And that is, so he said the Patriots and then almost changed his mind. Ultimately went with the Pats. I mean, who knows what that means? Maybe that means that the Giants make a comeback at, the third quarter, but ultimately the Pats will take it home. Hopefully he's getting a little bit of a winning streak. He went 0 for 10 the beginning of the season. He's getting it together. It's his rookie year, he's getting it together now.
Yeah,
he'll be fine. He'll be fine for next year.
Even Greg Maddux wasn't good in his rookie year. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Now he's a Hall of Famer. So, right. Guys, thank you so much to everybody watching online, watching on TikTok, on YouTube, on Twitter, everywhere, X, whatever we're calling it these days. Everybody who sent in questions, thanks so much. It is noon. Get out there, make those last minute lineup changes, get you some DFS picks in. Adam, thank you so much for joining us today, spending your Sunday with us. Thank you. Tell everybody where they can find you online, where they can find all of your content. Let them know.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Adam_Krautwurst. And then all my stuff is on Fulltime Fantasy. So I do a start-sit article every week. I do a DFS article every week. This week I did 2 because it was really fun to do one for just the Thursday slate, which was fun. You find me over there, and then coaching youth soccer in Rochester, New York. So if you're around those soccer field streets out here, hey, listen, shout out to the AFCR boys 2011 select. We just went to Boston and won a tournament last weekend. So
nice.
Making moves.
Guys, if you want to draft with Adam and I, you can come see us in Vegas. Come draft with us in Las Vegas in 2026. In Kentucky. In Vegas. You've got 2 opportunities, so no excuses. We will be back next week, 11 a.m. Sunday Tailgate here to help you out with all your last-minute start sits. Guys, until then, have a great day. We'll see you later.